Hello everyone. So when I visited the local locksmith in China, I asked in broken Mandarin whether he has old locks that he wasn't using and is for disposal. He gave me a quizzical look wondering what I was looking for. So I said, even if it has no keys. So then he pulled out this bucket for me to pick from. And one of the locks I took was this TS&T Euro cylinder with what looks like 2 rows of pins. And it doesn't come with any key. If we look at the body, we notice that one side is longer than the other. And so it reflects on the pin counts. They are different. One side has 4 and 4, and the other has 5 and 4. So when I was picking it, I found out that one side was easier to pick than the other. So then it was no surprise when I got to it to find out that the pins are different. So I'll pick the 4x4 side first and got it to show you the insides. Then we'll try to pick the 5x4 side and got it to see the difference. Alright, so let's put this in a vise and pick it. So I have notated again this lock with L and R to indicate right or left side pins. I'm using a 40 thousandths pry bar and Sparrow's Attila from their Monstrum set. So this is one of my favorite picks, and it's one of my very first, and I highly recommend it. Alright, so right side first, R1 is loose, R2 is binding, click, R3 it's pretty deep, click, R4, back out, R1. Right, we got a slight false set. So left side pins, L1, L2, L3, the core just move, L4, and we're open. So this is the easy side. We'll cut it and see what the insides look like. So since I have no key, we'll have to use a pinning shoe. So I have taken out the circlip. Oops. There goes a side ball bearing. Alright. Most of it is intact. Okay. We'll look at this first. So so top row, bottom row. Right, top row number 1. Bottom row 1. Top row 2. Bottom row 2. Top 3 and bottom 3. 4 and 4. So nothing special there. They're all standard pins. And nothing special on the core as well. There's no counter milling. It's pretty standard, I would say. Alright, so let's look at the driver pins. I'll have to use a front loader for this, and the front loader doesn't fit. Okay, I'll need another one. Hold on. Okay, so top first. Bottom. Top. Bottom. Top. Bottom. The spring is getting caught, so I better fix this before I break a spring. Oops. Go top and bottom. So there's the offending spring. There's one more. Let's get them out. Okay. Okay. Nothing special in there. So I'll zoom in the pins. Nothing special there except for this one, which is I would say quite a regular standard spool. Nothing special there. Zoom back out. Let's put this back on the vise and pick the other side. But let me transfer the pins to another pinning tray before we do that, so we don't mess things up. Well, thinking about it, I don't have the keys for this anyway, so it doesn't matter if I mess up the pins. Okay. Alright, here we go. Just move you all over. Okay, get you set up for the other side. Okay, so one side done. Let's pick the other side. Okay, so this is the 5x4 side. Okay, R1, R2, R3, and R4. Okay, L1, L2, L3, L4, they're loose. So right side first. L2, L3, L4. Okay, we have a full set. And we have counter rotation. So we have one more pin. There we go. We have an open. Right, so this side is a lot more interesting. We have counter rotation and we have multiple clicks. So let's gut this side and see what's inside. Let's take out the circlip. Okay. We don't need the front loader because we can use a follower for this. Let's just make sure it doesn't lock back up. Just enough. Okay. All right. Okay. We have a ball bearing here. Oops. Let's put it there. And we have 4 side pins. They're spring loaded. And there's a chamber for a ball bearing. Okay, before that, let's look at the driver pins. So, one bottom. Top, we have a spool. You have standard. 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 So nothing unusual there except for there's only 4 chambers instead of 5. So if I can shine a light, maybe we can see the last chamber there is empty. Okay. So the springs are all standard springs, I believe. Yes. Okay. Picking it didn't feel like that, so let's look at the key pins and see why. So these side pins, I'm not sure what they are for. There's 4 of them, spring loaded. There don't appear to be any. Oh, there is. You see, there's a groove for kind of a sidebar. So perhaps the side pins are for alignment. But anyway, here's what we want to look at. Okay. So top, standard. Bottom, nice. What appears to be a Christmas tree. The top, standard. Bottom, yet another Christmas tree pin. The top is a standard. The bottom is a Christmas tree pin. The top is standard. And we have another Christmas tree. So let's see. I don't think there's any counter milling in the core. And yeah, there appears to be none. Okay. I'll zoom in on the pins so you can see. So these are interesting. They look to be like Christmas tree pins with an inverted T-pin on top. Right? These are unique for key pins. One of them doesn't have the inverted T section. It appears to be just like a Christmas tree pin. So the surprise lies in the key pins rather than on the driver, where the driver pins are all standard. The key pins are pretty secure. It's quite interesting as a security feature. So picking it, the 5x4 side feels and behaves like a challenge lock. Indeed, the pins look like they were built by hand. Well, actually, quite a number of Chinese locks has some differences in security between both sides of the same lock, with the internal facing side of the lock with less security mechanisms. I have yet to see the same in other European Euro cylinders, and I'll call this the Chinese way of pragmatically addressing or balancing security and economy, or perhaps asymmetric security. Well, some locks don't need to have the same secure features on both sides, right? Anyway, that's it for today. I'm starting to run out of Chinese locks that I could pick, so perhaps for the next one, I'll show you some interesting security features the Chinese companies have put in their locks and how it compares to better known mechanisms from the Western world. So since we're on the subject, we have Christmas tree pins. Happy Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.